Charlie. I'm with wateroutfitters.com. We're going to talk about water sports ropes today for wakeboarding, skiing, and kneeboarding. There's a couple different types of ropes that you're going to look at. A wakeboard rope, you're mainly looking at something that's very little to a no stretch line. They're somewhere in the range of 60 to 70 some feet. What the different lengths are going to be, it's going to depend on what size boat you have. It's trying to put you in the prime place for the wake, where the wake's the biggest and it's the cleanest. It's going to get you the best air, it's going to get you the best pop out of everything. So there's different sections on them, but they're normally somewhere in a range of 60 to 70 some feet. Wakeboard handles are normally a little bit wider, and they're a little bit softer foam on the handle. What that is so that when wakeboarders are doing flips or doing passes or 360s, it's easier to pass, it's easier to do a big handoff so you don't have to fumble over a little handle, and it's a little bit less wear and tear on their hands themselves while they're out there all day. The next type of rope is going to be a ski rope. Ski rope is going to be your normal ski or normal rope that you'll normally see out there. It's a construction, it's like a nylon braid. It will stretch some. They're normally either just going to be 70 or 75 feet. They come in standard lengths, and then there'll be sections that you pull off. Sections are normally just going to be used for people skiing in the course, and it just adds a little bit of difficulty when you're skiing the course and you're taking sections off of it. Makes you ski faster, quicker. It's a little bit harder. And then with water ski handles, they're normally going to be a little bit shorter. They're going to be a harder foam on it. What that's going to be is it gives you better response. It's easier to hold on to. And then with water skiers, most of the time they're falling over the front of their ski, so a shorter handle will keep you from putting your head through a rope or putting your arm through the handle, and it just is a little bit safer for you in general. And then as far as kneeboarding goes, for most people that are kneeboarding beginners or intermediates, just stick with a ski line. You can take sections out to put you in different areas of the wake if you want, but it's just going to be a little bit safer and a little bit easier for people. And then if you're a little bit more advanced kneeboarder, you can use a wake line. It won't give you the stretch that you're looking for, or it won't give you any stretch. It'll keep you in the wake. You can start doing your tricks and flips and all sorts of stuff like that. So the last two types of ropes that you're going to need to know about are going to be surf ropes. With wake surfing getting so popular lately that they've come up with their own type of rope. Most of them will have either a really small handle on it, or they will have no handles and they'll just have foam pads, or they'll have big knots in it. You don't really want a large handle on a wake surfing, and I wouldn't recommend using a wakeboarding or ski handle to surf on, just because you're going so slow and you end up falling forward that you'll fall into the rope. It's a bad idea, and I'd stay away from it. Plus, most of the time surf ropes are shorter, so they're looking at under 26 feet. It keeps you closer to the boat because you're going so slow. It's got right where the wake is the biggest, and then you can end up throwing it, or you use the big knots or different hand grips to pull yourself into the wake if you get up behind the boat. And then the last type of ropes is going to be tube ropes. Tube rope is really dependent on how big of a tube you have. If you've got a one-person tube, you just want a one-person rope, and then so on, two-person tube, two-person rope. I would always err on the bigger side, and if you've got a two-person tube, you can always go up to a bigger rope, but never go down. What ends up happening is if you're on a whip and you get some slack in the line, and then the boat catches that rope all quickly, the rope will break. You'll end up with it whipping back in people's faces, it get caught up in the prop, get sucked up into the impeller. You can break the boat, or you can hurt somebody really badly. So I would always err on the side of putting a bigger rope with the tube that you have. And that's about all you need to know about ropes. Charlie from wateroutfitters.com.